Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Sorry, my name's Laura. You're Daniela?
I'm Daniela. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. We've got somebody called Miriam. How are you? All right, we'll just give it another minute and then we'll get started as well. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Good. Where are you joining from?
I'm from New Mexico, so it's 5 in the morning here.
Wow, you're tuning in very early. Oh dear. Is that just before work, is it?
Well, I don't work, so it's a little easier.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. Well, thanks for making it this early. Yeah, we might as well just jump right in. Let me just share my screen just a sec. There we go. Okay, is that clear to see? I think it's doing.
I'm not seeing anything.
Let me. Okay. Okay, it's giving some error messages. It says it's trying to reconnect. Connection lost. Just a second. Let me try again.
No worries.
Okay, let's try this again. Somebody else is joining us as well. Okay. How about now? Is that okay?
Yes, now I see it.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Okay. And somebody else has joined us as well. Welcome, Milani. Okay. So yeah, let's just get cracking. So my name's Laura, and for today's little session, I looked into Vibe KO coding, and I wanted to find out whether it was a yay or a nay for myself, and maybe for you as well. So yeah, just to go over the agenda briefly. So there will be introductions first, then a quick little recap what vibe coding actually is, what my experience with it was, and if you've tried it, what you thought about it. So yeah, so just to introduce myself briefly. So my name is Laura. I'm actually a marketer, and then I enjoy coding and learning as a hobby. And what I would like to do for the beginning of the session is I would like to know your name and maybe one interesting thing about yourself, or maybe something interesting that you've learned recently. And if you're not comfortable switching on your camera or your mic, that's fine. You can just leave a little message in the chat box as well. And let me just give a little hi as well. All right, Daniela. So you're saying you're joining from New Mexico at the moment, and you're saying you're taking maybe a little break from work at the moment?
Yes. Yes, that's right. And I've explored a lot of hobbies as I'm taking a break, and embroidery is one of my hobbies.
Oh, wow. That is a very interesting fact. What's the most recent thing you've embroidered?
Oh, thanks. Well, the most recent thing I've embroidered is it's a bear with glasses and a little collar.
That sounds really fun. Nice. Okay.
Thanks.
I'll just wait for Miriam and Milani to say hi as well, maybe. Hello. Okay. Give you guys a second maybe to type. Yeah. You like coding and cybersecurity, okay? All right. Do you know what? I'll just move on to the next slide. Maybe it'll take a moment to type things out, and I'll have a quick look at the chat. Okay, so yeah, so what is vibe coding actually? And you might have seen it's actually got a little course on Codecademy, and it kind of came up on my feed, and it sounded interesting, so I had a look as well. And definitely, if you wish to find out a bit more about vibe coding, there is this free course. Also, just as a little disclaimer, I'm kind of like a volunteer. I'm not really making money. I'm just sharing my personal experience with this course. And what it is, basically, it comes from a tweet by somebody called Andrei Karpathy that was published in February of this year. He's a computer scientist, used to work for Tesla and OpenAI, apparently. And so basically what it is, you have a large language model, and you tell the model what you're looking for, and you prompt it to generate code. And importantly, you don't really need to understand what goes on under the hood. If you have an error message, you just copy paste it and you just feed it right back. You're not doing any debugging yourself. And what you can do is you can either start from scratch, or you can ask for a prompt, or you can keep refining and reiterating your prompts to get where you want. And something that made me laugh a little bit is that this person, this Andrei Karpathy, he proclaimed apparently that English is the hottest new programming language. Okay. And then, okay, so I jumped right in. And having looked into it myself, so what I found interesting about vibe coding is that anyone can code, right? And it reminded me of something like Canva versus Photoshop. So let's say if you have no Photoshop, you can really do amazing things if you have the skills, the time, the willingness to pick up the technology. However, if you just want to have a little flyer, for example, for a passion project, then maybe Canva is enough for you, to be honest. And so what Codecademy notes as well in their course, and I do encourage you to check out the course yourself. It's good for prototyping. If you do vibe coding, it's good for personal tools, for example, some kind of productivity tool, if you have a one-time use application. So it's kind of like a little throwaway type of project, if you will. And then what I just noted for myself, it just felt really wrong. It kind of felt like cheating. And what Codecademy noticed as well is that if you generate apps or code, it might be difficult to maintain or to manage more complex products. And the reason I personally feel is that you don't really know what's going on where. And if you don't know what's going on where and why and how can you debug? How can you update certain sections? Sometimes you have packages that go out of fashion, or they just don't get updated anymore, right? You may also have silent bugs. There could be security risks when you're handling sensitive data, for example, financial data, or for example, government applications, that sort of thing. And that is maybe when you may not wish to engage vibe coding per se. Let me just have a quick look at the chat. Yeah. Okay. All right, and then I decided to engage in it on Replit. And I told it the following, okay, so I'm a digital marketer, I need your help. I want to have some kind of tool that helps me analyze things. And I used Codecademy, Codecademy's Intro to Vibe Coding tool to generate a prompt for Replit.com. And I said, okay, here's my prompt. And what I wanted is I wanted to gain insights into search trends across different countries, different demographics, just because in my daily life as a marketer, I will look at different demographics, different trends across different age ranges as well. And I described some features that I wanted. I described a few functionalities that I wanted. And yeah, everything kind of went okay in the beginning. And when I actually looked at the first app that Replit.com gave me, I noticed some features just didn't work. So you would click on it and nothing would happen. I asked for edits and I immediately got errors. And at that point, I was a bit surprised because in my mind, if I have a large language model and I'm telling the large language model to make edits, why is it not smart enough in quotation marks to actually be able to foresee these errors? Because I'm just asked, can you please edit that? Then in my mind, it should also be able to fix these errors at the same time. And then I fed the error back as it is, but then it got the app back indeed. But so I didn't have any error messages anymore. But what I found is when I used it, I found that some trends just didn't make sense. So in my day job, I have, for example, access to things like Google Analytics, and I can kind of see search trends on the campaigns that I manage. And the data that my tool was giving me did not make any sense at all. So I do think there were some silent bugs, but because it's vibe coding, I don't, I have no idea where to actually look, right? I have no idea what's going on with my tool. And then at some point, I just ran out of free prompts. So I had a look, and most vibe coding tools, they don't let you use it indefinitely, right? They also want to make money. And at some point, they will ask you, okay, can you please pay now? Okay, so let's just have a look. So in the end, I got this little prototype here. It looked like this. Okay, I have search volume and trend analysis. I can use some locations. I can select some age groups. I can have time ranges. I can select different genders, and it's not just a like a newfangled thing. It's also when you're, for example, on Google Analytics, it will tell you, for example, because of privacy laws in Europe, sometimes gender cannot be defined, right? But these people may still be searching things. So I want to be able to select different genders as well. It wouldn't, I would click analyze trends, and it would give me numbers that would not make any sense from my experience with search volumes. So yeah, I have to say I wasn't super impressed at that point. I can show you the live prototype if you like, but I would also like to hear from you at this point. Have you tried vibe coding? Have you created anything with it?
Well, I'm totally new to vibe coding. I just heard about it, and so I haven't really created anything with it or anything like that.
Is there anything that sort of springs to mind where you would say, oh, I would love to prototype something?
Um, I don't know. I've been curious about because I was doing the front end software engineer path for a little while, and I was doing, like different kinds of websites, and so I thought, well, maybe if I wanted to create a certain kind of website, then
Mm.
vibe coding might be an interesting way to do that. I don't know.
Do you have something in mind? Like, let's say some kind of portfolio website to show off your embroidery, like a photo
Oh, that's a
gallery?
good idea. Yeah, that would be a
Mm.
good idea.
Mm. Okay. What about Miriam and Milani? Is there anything that you would like to share? Have you tried it? Is there maybe something that you would like to create? Not yet. So let's say, for example, some kind of portfolio, a little project. No. Hmm. I mean, we don't have to draw it out. You can also just wrap up at this point. If there's nothing else you'd like to share, that's fine. No.
Well,
Okay.
thank you.
Hmm?
Thank you so much.
No worries. What I'll do is I will post the recording to this event post, and if there are questions or comments that somebody would like to make, you can post them to that event post.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right. All right. Then I would just like to say thanks for your time, and I hope you have a lovely week and a lovely day.
Likewise, I hope you have a good day and a good week.
Take care. Bye bye.
Take care. Bye now.